Hello, class. Today I will be sharing my brain regions puppet show where I will demonstrate the functions of the prefrontal cortex and the reward network in a real life scenario. My show is called The Easy Way Out. The first brain region starring in the show is the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for all of our rational decision making, establishing long-term goals, and recognizing social cues and coordinating appropriate responses. Second is the reward network, which is essentially the brain's reward system, which supports rewarding activities while preventing punishing behaviors. In other words, there's a special area of the midbrain where dopamine is produced, and then that dopamine flows up into the basal ganglia, and this connection is called the reward network. When the reward network is sparked, it creates a feeling of desire and the motivation to pursue what we desire. I will be using Lightning McQueen to play the role of the reward network because his selfishness and ego-driven personality aligns with the roles of the reward network in our brain because upon his arrival in Radiator Springs, the crew allows him to stay in their motel as long as he agreed to help them fix the broken pavement on their street. Lightning McQueen was very self-centered and only worried about being the best racer to win the Piston Cup. So when he saw the work he was asked to do, he tried to run away to avoid the work instead of staying to do his part in helping the crew out. Within my scenario, McQueen represents the other version of myself who chose to eat the slice of cake instead of staying strong and sticking to my diet. I chose Doc Hudson to represent the prefrontal cortex because he is the level-headed and authoritative figure in Radiator Springs that keeps everyone grounded. In my scenario, Doc Hudson is the strong-minded version of myself who was able to decide that I had the ability to go on a strict diet in the first place, and that it would benefit me in the long run. Doc Hudson's strong and responsible personality traits correlate with the functions of the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for decision-making and critical thinking. The day finally came for my sister's birthday party, and I was so excited to celebrate her. Before arriving to the party, I reminded myself of two very important things. Number one, as always, look my very best. And number two, stay strong and stick to my diet. I was so excited to finally be at my sister's birthday party with all of our friends and family. It was such a fun day and it felt like nothing could go wrong. It was time to sing happy birthday, so everyone gathered around the table. There was a huge strawberry and vanilla cake on the table, and it looked oh so delicious. As we finished singing happy birthday, my mom began cutting slices of cake and yelling out, "Who wants cake? Cake? Cake, anyone?" The prefrontal cortex is what allowed me to decide what I wanted to put all my efforts into changing my diet and starting eating cleaner. My ability to recognize that the importance of going on a diet was for my health and well-being was supported by the prefrontal cortex region of my brain. Like Doc Hudson, I was determined to eat cleaner to see what differences I noticed in my body by the end of the year. The reward network was responsible for my consideration of ignoring my priorities and choosing the more desirable option, which was eating the slice of cake at the party. Despite the hard work and dedication I put into changing my eating habits and going on a strict diet, I told myself it was okay to eat the slice of cake because it was a special occasion. Essentially, I was tricking myself into believing that it being my sister's birthday was a valid justification for me cheating my diet and having sweets, despite acknowledging the consequences. Eventually, the reward network took control and swayed my decision on eating the slice of cake. My prefrontal cortex wasn't strong enough to stop me from messing up my diet. At the end of the day, knowing that I was going to savor and enjoy that slice of strawberry and vanilla cake motivated me to ignore everything else and eat it, further proving that the reward was greater than anything else. Like Lightning McQueen, I took the easy way out.